Liverpool's season is on fire, and the Reds board is already setting its sights on the transfer market. With Arne Slot taking charge, the strategy seems clear. Strengthen the squad with players who are already familiar with the challenges of the Premier League. However, this approach is anything but easy. Buying within the English League means dealing with inflated prices and clubs' reluctance to sell their stars to a direct rival. The last big name to arrive at Anfield from another Premier League team was Alexis Mac Allister, formerly of Brighton, in 2023. Before that, Diogo Jota joined from Wolves in 2020. In other words, this kind of market move is not an everyday occurrence for Liverpool. But now, the Reds are closely monitoring three top-tier players, all of whom wear the Newcastle United jersey. Among the targets are Anthony Gordon, who was nearly signed last summer but saw negotiations fall through, Alexander Isak, one of the most lethal strikers in world football, and Lewis Hall, a young left-back with a promising future. The problem? Liverpool can only bring in one of them. So which name would be the best choice to strengthen Arne Slot's squad? If there's one player who can transform Liverpool's attack, it's Alexander Isak. The Swede has been a nightmare for Premier League defenders, and his presence on the field guarantees goals. Lots of them. With Mohamed Salah responsible for over 50% of the team's goals this season, it's clear that the Reds need a new goal scorer to ease the pressure. Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz have tried to contribute, but neither is a natural centre-forward. The Colombian, for example, has only had 6 direct goal involvements when deployed as a central striker. This makes Isak an almost mandatory signing to boost Liverpool's firepower and ensure they remain contenders for the biggest titles. Anthony Gordon's name frequently comes up when discussing potential reinforcements for Liverpool. The young winger has been one of the Premier League's best players in recent years, evolving into a complete and highly dangerous attacker down the flanks. Last season, he contributed to 23 goals, and in the current campaign, he already has 15 direct goal involvements. However, there's an important detail. Liverpool's squad already has strong competitors in Gordon's position. With Gakpo and Luis Diaz as left-wing options, investing in another player for this role may not be the most strategic decision, unless Diaz leaves the club. So, despite his undeniable quality, Gordon may end up taking a back seat, as other positions require reinforcements more urgently. If there's one position that has worried Liverpool fans this season, it's left-back. Andy Robertson, a true club icon, has struggled to maintain his past levels of performance. Costly mistakes and a slower pace of play have raised doubts about his future as an undisputed starter. The club is already monitoring Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth, but Lewis Hall emerges as an extremely promising alternative. After leaving Chelsea for Newcastle, Hall has shown impressive development and could soon become England's first-choice left-back. His potential is enormous, and Liverpool sees him as a strategic signing to revamp their defensive line. The stage is set, but the big question remains: who will be chosen? If the decision is based on immediate needs, Alexander Isak seems like the obvious answer. The lack of an elite striker may be Liverpool's biggest issue right now. However, Lewis Hall would also be a crucial signing to address defensive weaknesses. Meanwhile, despite his immense talent, Anthony Gordon may end up third in the pecking order, unless a player like Diaz leaves the club. There's also a crucial factor that could determine how this saga unfolds. Does Newcastle need money? If the Magpies fail to secure a spot in European competitions next season, they may be forced to sell at least one of their stars, and Liverpool will be ready to pounce. The upcoming transfer window promises to be action-packed, and the Reds will have a big decision to make. No matter which reinforcement is chosen, Arne Slot will have a top-tier player at his disposal to keep pushing Liverpool to the pinnacle of world football. Liverpool's transfer market activity is heating up. In the last analysis, we talked about the Reds' search for an attacking reinforcement, with Alexander Isak, Anthony Gordon and Lewis Hall on the radar. But now, Anfield's board is turning its attention to an equally urgent issue: the defence. And one name is gaining more and more traction on Arne Slot's wish list: Dean Huijsen. The need for a new centre-back is not just a matter of planning for the future, it's a real emergency. Ibrahima Konaté's frequent injuries have forced Liverpool to rely on Jarell Quansah and Joe Gomez, alongside the tireless Van Dijk. The Dutchman, meanwhile, has been a true pillar of the team, keeping them firmly in the race for the Premier League title. But there's a shadow looming over Anfield. Van Dijk has yet to renew his contract, which expires at the end of the season, and rumours are starting to swirl that Konaté could be on his way to PSG or Real Madrid. Because of this, the search for a top-level centre-back has become an absolute priority, and Dean Huijsen has emerged as the perfect name for the role. The young talent currently at Bournemouth has been having an impressive season and is already considered one of the best defenders in the Premier League. But does he have what it takes to strengthen Liverpool's defence? Dean Huijsen may not have started the season as a well-known name, but that quickly changed. The 19-year-old Spanish defender, on loan from Juventus to Bournemouth, has become a key piece in a team that is surprisingly fighting in the upper half of the Premier League table. His numbers are impressive. Huijsen averages 2.2 interceptions per game, surpassing Van Dijk's 1.54 and Konaté's 0.5. In tackles, he matches Konaté's average and boasts a success rate of 61.6%, close to the league's best centre-backs. If there's one thing Liverpool values, it's a defender who can anticipate plays, intercept passes, and neutralise attacks before they even develop. And in this aspect, Huijsen has shown above-average maturity for his age. But there is one area where he still needs improvement: aerial duels. If there's one aspect where Huijsen has yet to reach the level of Liverpool's centre-backs, it's his aerial game. The young defender has a 59.7% success rate in aerial duels this season. A respectable number, but below Van Dijk's 71.5% and Konaté's impressive 76.9%. This detail cannot be overlooked. Liverpool often faces opponents who use long balls to exploit counter-attacks, requiring centre-backs to be extremely efficient in the air. But there's good news. Huijsen is rapidly improving in this area. In recent matches, he has shown remarkable progress. Against Wolves in the FA Cup, he won 6 out of 7 aerial duels, dominating the defensive sector. In the 5 previous matches, his aerial performance improved with each game. There's one crucial detail to highlight. Huijsen is still not even 20 years old. His development is far from finished, and his progress over the last few months proves that he has plenty of room to grow. Even so, he already stands out among the league's best defenders. If Liverpool decides to move forward with this signing, they could secure a young, talented centre-back with enormous potential to play a crucial role in the team's future defence. The big question is, are the Reds willing to make a strong move for this gem before other European giants join the race? With Van Dijk out of contract and Konaté on the radar of clubs like PSG and Real Madrid, Liverpool needs to act fast, and Huijsen could be the perfect name to maintain the team's defensive solidity for years to come. The transfer window is approaching, and Anfield might be on the verge of witnessing another major signing. If you're a Liverpool fan and want to stay up to date, don't forget to subscribe to receive our daily videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.